What's up, everybody? It's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Damned Cowboy as part of my Does It Suck series. The Damned Cowboy is a unique Jakobs assault rifle given to you in the third campaign DLC for Borderlands 2, Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt. This particular weapon comes from one of the farmable enemies in that particular DLC, and is one of Sir Hammerlock's 3 signature weapons. The other 2 also being Jakobs weapons, but one being a pistol and the other a sniper, the Rex and the elephant gun respectively. All 3 of these weapons have really cool gold and blue paint jobs with wood accents. However, that's about the only thing that is cool about these weapons. They all trade having a slightly increased base damage for a severely decreased fire rate. You'll notice that the fire rate on this weapon is 1.8, and even though the card says fires as fast as you can pull the trigger because it is a Jakobs weapon, if you pull the trigger as fast as you can, you'll notice Two-Fang activating at the moment because I am spec'd into it, that the fire rate is still abysmal even with Two-Fang active at the moment. It's just really, really bad. For comparison, the Muck-a-Muck actually has a higher fire rate than the Damned Cowboy does, and that's pretty bad considering the Muck-a-Muck has a far superior base damage as well. Now, if we compare this weapon to the Becca, which is obviously the best Jakobs assault rifle, we'll notice that the Becca has a slightly decreased base damage on the card, but is obviously going to have the additional pellets as well. I am spec'd into velocity at the moment, so we might not see these pellets come out, but yeah, you'll still see the pellets come out. So those 3 additional pellets will give it a much higher effective base damage than the Damned Cowboy, but obviously it has a fire rate that isn't even comparable. It's like 7 times higher, basically, than the Damned Cowboy, and so that is not something that works in the Damned Cowboy's favor at all. So we're going to use the Damned Cowboy here. I am using a Legendary Killer class mod to try to boost the critical hit damage of the weapon, and then I do have 10 points in Two-Fang as well, which should boost the abysmal fire rate effectively by a little bit. Beyond that, though, the Damned Cowboy does have a fairly heavy recoil, and that's just another thing that works against the weapon. So we're going to go ahead and get started here and see how we do. As a whole, Jakobs assault rifles traditionally aren't that powerful. Obviously, the Becca is very powerful, and the Hammerbuster is alright, but for the most part, they really are kind of underwhelming, and this is probably the worst of the bunch. I think that 1.8 fire rate that it has is by far the lowest of any assault rifle in the game, and that's really bad, because that's not something that you'd want in an assault rifle, traditionally. And beyond that, the weapon is just really, really difficult to use because of that, and it's going to suck pretty bad. We're killing some enemies right now with help of Boar, Slag, Kunai, and stuff. We'll be able to kill this Exploder really well, so that's good. That might have been due to follow-through and the Exploder killing himself, but I think it was mainly due to the fact that the Damned Cowboy is really, really strong against Exploders. I'm just kidding. It's terrible. So we're killing some enemies with it right now, but I'm having to make heavy use of cover. Going to have to knock the gun off this junk loader pretty quickly here. Excellent. So if you knock the guns off of gun loaders and stuff and play extremely carefully using cover to avoid those eye blast and get good shots coming out of deception against slagged and death marked enemies, you may be able to actually kill things with this weapon, but it's not an ideal weapon to use by any means. Like I said, the Muck-a-Muck has a higher fire rate than this weapon, so that's pretty bad. When sniper rifles have a higher fire rate than an assault rifle, in addition to having a bit higher base damage, especially with 0, there's absolutely no reason to use the assault rifle, especially considering the magazine size is virtually the same once you spec'd into at 1 with the gun. So those are just some things that work against the Damned Cowboy, obviously. I am having to make heavy use of cover right now, but I am killing some enemies with it. Keep in mind that I am boosting critical hit damage by rather massive levels right now with the Legendary Killer class mod. Try to knock the gun off of this loader there as well. So we actually are able to get one-shot, one-kills occasionally coming out of deception against slagged and kunai'd enemies. So I guess that's alright, but still, this weapon is really, really, really poor. Cool. So two things not throwing us off so bad that we can't hit critical hits, which is making the weapon do okay occasionally. And that's really stretching it because it's still very, very, very bad. So we do have a hot loader up there now that we're going to need to get slagged and get the flamethrower arm off of it as quickly as possible. We're going to need to avoid that fire grenade as well. So he's slagged now. We'll go ahead and get Deathmark on him. And then we're going to aim at that little arm there. Excellent. So one shot, one kill's helping us out. So we killed that guy. We made it through the first room. And to be honest, I was almost expecting the weapon to be incapable of that. I guess one positive thing you can say about the weapon is that it is ammo efficient. You're not going to run out of ammo using the weapon. So that's one thing that it might have going for it. But beyond that, I mean, it's just so bad. You could never really find a use for this weapon, I wouldn't imagine. But we'll see. We're going to try to kill this badass loader here with it. I expect this to be extremely difficult and, you know, very, very dangerous for us. I'm going to try first knocking the arms off of this guy, which will make him a little bit difficult to kill as well because we're not going to have very many critical hit spots to hit. But we do have him to about half health right now. I'll try to get a good one-shot, one-kill round off on him. If I can get the shot off. Okay, so that was alright. Cool, so we did kill him, which, again, surpassing my expectations for the weapon just a little bit. But, I mean, it's so bad. It's really, really bad. Obviously, using the Becca, we'd be having a much better time right now. In fact, using a standard purple Jakobs assault rifle, I think we'd have a better time right now as well. So, I don't know. I am definitely going to wait until all of Deception is passed here so I can get maximum healing from Innervate. Cool, so we did kill that guy. So I guess it's possible to kill things at overpower level 8 with this gun, but that's definitely not enough for me to say that this weapon doesn't suck. I think that all of these unique Hammerlock weapons kind of suck. The Rex sucks. The Elephant Gun is, in my opinion, quite possibly the worst sniper in the game. It's so bad. Alright. Cool. So we've killed some things with it, which, again, a little more than I was expecting. So I guess that's a positive thing. But overall, the weapon is just abysmally bad. We got a few more exploders coming in here. Oops, that was me trying to use a proper weapon. Maybe I'll see if I can disable one of them here. So, I guess I can kill an exploder with it, but barely, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Against enemies with harder to hit critical hit spots, it would definitely be even worse than it is already, and it's, you know, currently pretty bad. Damn it. I was hoping that exploder would go for my decoy, but I didn't get it off in time, so that was definitely my mistake there. Cool, so I killed that guy before the power loader got to me. I guess that's good. Well, I mean, honestly, the weapon is performing a lot better than I was expecting it to, which is surprising me. But it's not enough for me to say that this weapon doesn't suck, because it's still really bad. And now we've got a gunloader here with a very powerful weapon, and he's hiding that arm from us, but we knocked it off, so now we just have to avoid Eye Blast, and maybe we'll be able to get through these guys. That's not the proper way to work through Borderlands 2, though. It's definitely a pretty easy game, and this gun is making it kind of difficult at the moment. Avoid grenades as well, I guess. Alright, so we've got them in a spot right now where they're kind of locked, hitting things that aren't me, so maybe we'll be able to kill these guys here. I do know that once I kill one of these guys, that some more loaders are going to spawn, ones that are going to have their guns again, so I'm going to try to, you know, kill them in such a way that the other two will still be kind of in a bad spot to actually kill me. So that's what I'm looking for here. We'll see if it works out. Putting way too much thought into trying to kill 3 gunloaders right now because the weapon I'm using is absolute garbage. This guy needs to be slagged, but he wasn't. But I'm really low on slag grenades, so I'm trying not to waste them. Maybe if we could line up a bore shot, that would actually work out really well. Oh god, there's a hot loader back there. God help us all. So we definitely need to get that arm off of this hot loader really quickly. Thank you, antagonist, for blocking my slag shot there. That was really nice of you. That's something that I think they designed really well with the antagonist. They made it block your perfectly lined up deception shots all the time, and I really appreciate that. That's something that I find to be great game design. Cool, so we killed the hot loader. Now we're going to need to kill this gun loader. And then we'll try to kill that badass loader as well. Haha! Alright, so let's grab these grenades. And those grenades. And then we'll try to kill this badass loader. Need to get the arms off of him. Excellent. Cool. Now we need to make sure that his eye blast isn't going to clear this little barricade, and we'll try to take him out. We'll use our deception to avoid his rocket blast. Get some extra slag and kunai on him. Missed my chance for a shot there, but mainly avoiding damage was the main thing we needed to do in that situation. Need to get back over on the good side of the barricade. Alright. Hopefully, between the antagonist and the kunai, he caught slag, but he did not, so good stuff there. I would honestly much rather the antagonist not have the slag ball effect at all. The slag ball has a shit chance to slag, and all it really does is lower my slag chance by blocking my slag shots half the time. So I think that is a useless feature of the antagonist, but beyond that, it is a fabulous shield. The deflection chance, really awesome. The damage reduction, really awesome. And the capacity, recharge rate, and recharge delay are all spectacular as well. However, that slag ball thing is fucking infuriating. So, we're going to use the Damned Cowboy to try to work through this last room. I honestly didn't think we'd make it this far with the Damned Cowboy. I thought that it would have gotten us killed far before now, but we're still working through, still doing okay, so I'm going to open my retreat path right now and run a little bit away from this junk loader here, give myself a little bit better sight or perception on this guy. Make sure he's slagged. Excellent. And then we'll try to take him out. Maybe getting some bore shots on this junk loader that's back there as well. Or that's an R loader, isn't it? Yes, it is. Alright, so he has a powerful torque weapon, so we need to knock that arm off. Cool. So I guess we've killed 3 loaders in here so far. There's usually like, what, a dozen-ish or so? Maybe a little bit more. Blow up some of these barrels. Wouldn't want barrels to deter us from showing exactly how powerful the... Oh god, damn it. Another badass plus more. Irritating. Wouldn't want the barrels to deter us from showing how powerful the Damned Cowboy is. Yikes. Hopefully those don't get to us. Alright, an exploder. That's good news. He'll kill himself. Not good news. Did I knock his arm off there? No, I did not. Alright, let's see if we can knock his arm off. Gotta love that antagonist just blocking good shots. Like, oh, you have a critical hit lined up? Let me block that. Alright, so I did disable the hot loader's grenade arm and his flamethrower arm, so I guess that's a good thing. That badass loader is definitely harshing our mellow right now. We'll try to get out of his line of sight. Got the hot loader dead, so that's good stuff. Alright, so this is a real struggle right now. The only reason I'm still playing this is because I'm almost enjoying the struggle. The Damned Cowboy obviously is a pitiful weapon. I would consider it arguably the worst assault rifle in the game. It's up there with the Boom Puppy. It's so bad. There is no reason to use this weapon at all. Alright, got one more shot to take on this badass loader, I guess. A couple more shots because he got unslagged, but now he's dead. So that's good stuff. And then we'll take out this junk loader as well. And then there will be just a couple more junk loaders and a power loader and gun loader for us to take out, I'd imagine. But we'll see. The fact that we made it through the Washburn Refinery with the Damned Cowboy is rather surprising to me. I was expecting this weapon to perform even worse than it did. And it still performed really, really badly. Oh, god damn it. A hot loader. Hate these things. Cool. So we got his gun arm down, or flamethrower arm, whatever you want to call it. And then we took out his grenade arm as well. And so, wow, there's another hot loader over there as well. So that's good stuff. So the hot loader that we had worked on there is regenerating health, and that's not a good thing for us. Some people don't like that health regeneration, but I think it does add another layer of strategy to the game. I had to make the decision there to retreat and let that guy recover health, otherwise I was going to die, and I just think that that's another element to the game that adds a layer of depth and something that I appreciate. Some people are like, oh, but it makes DOT useless. No, DOT stops them from regenerating health, or regenerating as much health. So I don't know. Like, it's like people want the game to be completely devoid of strategy and stuff like that, and I completely disagree. So even though the health regeneration, it works against me the same way it works against everybody else, I find it to be a nice feature in the game that definitely adds layers to the game, strategy-wise. Gives you one more thing to think about, which is not, in my opinion, a bad thing. So we'll let this exploder blow himself up real quick. Avoid that eye blast that was coming in. Not that eye blast, apparently, though. And we'll kill this hot loader. Excellent. So, now we're moving forward, and there's going to be a junk loader here, a junk loader there, maybe a junk loader there, and a power loader and a gun loader for us to take out as well. So, did okay against that guy. Nice. Alright, so we've got 2 more enemies to take out, and then we'll call the video. I'm definitely not going to try to take on Pervy and his buddies with this weapon. So far, though, I think it's been pretty easy to see throughout the entirety of this video that the Damned Cowboy is abysmal. It's so bad. There's no reason to use this weapon. But I made it through the Washburn Refinery, or at least most of it, with the Damned Cowboy, the easy parts. So that's pretty good, I guess, and maybe not the easy, the easy parts. The Damned Cowboy is pretty damn atrocious. It looks really cool. That's something nice I can say about the weapon, but other than that, the weapon is god-awful. It's seriously terrible. So, as always, guys, I thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't yet taken the time to subscribe, please do so. I'd really appreciate that. Otherwise, I do thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys.